Well, hi folks, as you can see I've been stringing my onions up again, so I'm just going to string some more up, show you how I do it. But I found last year that it was a brilliant way of storing the onions, and they've kept a lot better than just keeping them in a in a box. And it's amazing what weight you can get. That's £12 actually, so they're quite heavy. We'll get on and try and show you how I do it. So I've got my onions now. I've got about 15. You want to try and keep them sort of similar size, and leave about 5 inches of the top on. Peel all the skins off, chop the roots off a bit, just so you've got a bit of a nice tag to tie onto. So usually what I did last year was I used 3 strands of paracord, but I've got some of this string this year, like rope stuff, which is actually, if you can see, it's 3 ply when you twist it, which is quite good. So what I'm going to do first off is just to set the first one in. So I'm just going to open this up. Like I said, if you're using 3 strings, you just go in between 2 of the strands. Just going to push that right up to the neck, and I'm going to wrap it around the neck a couple of times. This is just a starter, or to start off you can just use a loop and just tie it in. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through another one, a different set of the 2 strands there, and then we'll just go around again just to make sure with this first one, because this is the one you don't want to drop off. All the others will be fine. So that looks fine. So that's the start off. So now we just continue. So again, I'm just going to split this rope into 3, find a gap between 2 of the strands, poke the old stem through right up to the neck. And then what we do now is, with this stuff that's hanging out, I'm going to go under the onion, around the neck, and then back through one of the strings that I haven't used. So I can just open another one up like that, just poke that back through. That'll cause enough friction for it not to drop off, like so. And basically just keep going up like that. We'll put this one in. So again, just going to open another string up, poke it through, round the neck again, and then back through another string, another 2 strings that I didn't use this time, and just pull it down, keep it nice and tight. And also what you can do at this stage as you're going up is just nip these little spare ends of the neck off, and that's it. It's quite therapeutic and it's quite satisfying. Obviously they tell you where you want to go next, so I want to be sitting one on there. So we'll go in here, this one, opening it up again. So it's a lot easier if your necks are a lot thin, if your necks of the onions are really thin. Makes it a lot easier. Again, just wrapping it underneath the neck again, and then back through another pair of strings that weren't used this time to put it through initially, and that'll sit. So the other one, next one, will go there. So yeah, it's quite therapeutic actually. I only did it the first time last year. I didn't see the benefit until I tried it, and then I realised that last year none of my onions rotted in store. They all kept longer than usual as well. I was still picking onions around May, June time this year from last year, so from the year before. So it seems to be a good way. I think what it is it keeps the bases nice and open to the air, and there's plenty of airflow can get around, so they just keep nice and dry. And didn't seem to get any sort of mould whatsoever. So yeah, we'll just keep doing this again like that, and then I'm going under and over the neck and back through another string. It gets a bit harder with this sort of string because the heavier the onions get, it tends to tighten it up a bit. So we'll go here. I think this one wants to go there. So again, but it's a lot easier to use some sort of 3-ply rope like this and open it up than tying 3 lengths of string and stuff together. There's probably actually enough friction on this just to hold it in without twisting up and going round again, but we'll do it properly. Get your fingers a bit after a while though. Again, just keeping it pulled nice and tight. Cut these little ends off. So like I said, the ones I did with the big onions, I only put 10 onions on. And it actually weighs 12 £. That's how big the onions were this year. So when I get them all strung up, I'll be able to weigh all my onions, see how many I've got this year. I bet I've got best part of 50 £, of onions, which should be good, should see us through. And again, back through another one. Just pull it down, keep it nice and tight. Chop the end off. So as you can see, it's quite an easy task really. It's just a bit fiddly at the start, especially with this sort of string. But again, just open it up like that, as you can see. Poke it through. Lay it down in where it wants to go. Wrap the string round. You can wrap it round twice if you want, just to make ultra sure. And then back through another one of those. So let's have a look. I suppose you could start off with big ones at the bottom and go down to little ones. That could make quite a nice display, I would imagine. And I reckon it'd be a pretty good Christmas present for somebody, to be honest. A nice string of onions instead of something that they're not going to use. Something that you've grown yourself. Again, let's have a look. Got about 6 left to do. We're getting a little bit smaller, so I've started off with some bigger ones. And I've put these smaller ones in just to finish it off. We need to put one in there, fill that gap in. I can't plat my garlic this year because it was that small and I chopped all the tops off because I got rust, so quite enjoyed doing that last year. But to stick with the onions. So yeah, it's not looking too bad. It's a bit gappy. Probably put one in there just to fill that gap up. Yeah, we'll stick one in here. There's no rules to it. So again, up and round, around the neck, and back through another bit. Another pair of strings. Like I said, if you weren't using this sort of rope, just use 3 strings tied in a knot at the top and the bottom. Then you can just separate them as you go. So basically the rule of thumb is you poke it through 1 pair of strings at the start, like that. Push it up to the neck, go round the neck with that, with the neck, yeah, and then just poke it through the other pair of strings that you didn't push it through in the first instance. And it's just down to friction, keeps it all together. So let's have a look. We've got 2 more to do. And then we should be good. Again, round. I might go round twice with that because there's plenty of length on that bit. And then back through another pair. So we've got a bit of a gap there, so we'll put the last one in. It's a bit of a small one, but we'll see how we get on. Again, split the strings through 1 pair, around the neck, back through another pair. Probably can't see me very well because I'm at the back, but that's it. So that's it really. Couldn't be easy once you get the hang of it. I'll just undo it up here. So that's my string. I reckon there's about a good £8 on that. So now all I need to do is just tie a little loop in it, chop the excess off, and just hang that up and we're good to go. So anyway folks, that's about it. That's how I string my onions up. See you later.